Welcome back, Plant Powered Kidneys community. My name is Jen, and I am a registered dietitian and board certified in renal nutrition. Today, we're going to cover 10 kidney-friendly staples that are absolutely part of a renal diet and can be easily added into a beginner's guide for following a plant-based diet. In fact, everything I will be going through today is included as part of our free 7-day meal plan. So when I say that they can be used, we do put them to use. I hope you enjoy the free meal plan and this information about these plant-based staples. The first one I'm going to cover is almond butter. Now, peanut butter is also a great option, but almond butter gives a great creamy flavor and can be added in a variety of ways to both sweet and savory dishes at any time of the day: breakfast, lunch, dinner, even snacks. I think almond butter is a great thing that can be found easily in a wide variety of stores, including the big bulk stores, as well as your local grocery store. There's also plenty of recipes online for homemade almond butter if you want to put the extra time into making it at home. But don't worry, the store options are totally fine. Keep an eye on the sodium amount and see if you can find one that is just almonds and doesn't have anything extra to it. That's the gold standard, but even so, if you can't find something that's just almonds, just look for the ones that are the lowest in salt or added sugar and no phosphorus additives. The next one I have on my list is steel cut oats. Again, kind of like the nut butters where there are a variety that you can have. Steel cut oats is a great option. It does take longer to cook, whether you're cooking it over the stove or you're using a pressure cooker, but it does provide a lot of satiety, and you can batch it, cook it, store it in the freezer, have it ready to go throughout the week, or again, from frozen, you can save it for weeks beyond that. But it's a great foundation and an excellent whole grain choice for kidney patients. The next one on my list is hemp seeds. Hemp seeds provide healthy omega-3 fats, which are great for kidney patients. The nutrients in here go a long way in a small portion. Usually just a couple tablespoons is used in a standard recipe. It makes for a fun add-in to salads, even on soups or sprinkled into smoothies. It's very versatile and it adds a little bit of a nutty flavor, but can be blended in as well. The next one I have is walnuts. Now, walnuts are a great omega-3 nut, and many nuts are kidney friendly, but I love this one because of its high omega-3 content. And again, its versatility and a fun, different type of nut, not something that people use as often as, let's say, almonds. So it's a really fun change and great to add to salads or again, on top of soups, add it into pilafs and grain mixes. It is really quite versatile. Next one I have on the list is black beans. Now, black beans are one of the bean options that are very kidney friendly. And I do think it's really helpful to have the canned beans first. And then maybe as you get used to beans in your diet, you can look at the dried beans, using them from there, which are even more affordable. They just take a little bit more time. But starting with canned beans is a great way to add a plant protein plus more fiber into your diet. When you look for canned beans, look for the ones lower in sodium. You don't have to do no sodium if you don't want to. I don't know about you, but if you've had no sodium canned beans, they're not really the greatest. So a little bit of salt isn't going to be bad. That's not the problem with salt in the diet, but we'll get to that in another video. So look for a lower sodium bean option and then drain and rinse them when you use them. And that's really all you need to do. You can still customize them by adding more spices and flavors to it, but canned beans are good on their own, ready to use and shelf stable. Next, I have brown rice. Now, there is a lot of questions over white versus brown rice. And honestly, the nutritional differences aren't that significant. So if you do prefer white rice, that's totally okay. But I like the nuttiness and the flavor, the richness that comes from brown rice. So that's often my go-to. Brown rice is a great shelf-stable food. It's easy to cook, and like other grains, it's incredibly versatile, and you can use it in a ton of different ways, whether you're making a savory or sweet breakfast porridge or rice pudding. You could be adding it to a soup. You could be making a dish out of it with a rice base. It's really just a fantastic option and an easy way to add a whole grain to your plate. Now, don't worry about the phosphorus. I know that's probably something you're thinking about, but we know now that the phosphorus from whole grains isn't well absorbed by our bodies. We just don't have the enzyme that's able to break it down. So we used to say whole grains are not good for kidney patients, but we know now that they're in fact really good. They provide a great nutrients, and the phosphorus we were worried about is truly a concern. Next on the list is canned coconut milk. And I love this. This is a fantastic way to add more calories and creaminess to soups, stews, even smoothies. So look for canned coconut milk, and you can do the reduced fat content or the full fat. It's really going to be okay as you're using it in your dish. Coconut milk in general is typically thought of to be as high in saturated fat. But when we're using it in one can for multiple servings, that does get cut down, and plant saturated fats can be okay, especially for kidney patients when we're looking at being careful with other nutrients like protein. We need to get calories in, and using plants to do that is an incredible opportunity. So canned coconut milk is a great shelf-stable tool to use for plant-based beginners looking for kidney-friendly options. Next, I have lentils. Lentils are another amazing plant staple for your pantry. Yes, you can get them canned and dried. And like I said, with the beans, the same thing goes for lentils. You can get them canned and use them ready as is, good to go that way. You can also get dried lentils too. There's different types of lentils, and the different kinds will have different cooking time requirements. So start with the canned, see what you think, and then expand from there. But as you're beginning to add more plants, these different grains and legumes and beans into your diet, don't worry about getting so creative. Just start using the things that are easiest and really still cheap, which is another fantastic reason to be including them. Number 9 is avocado oil. Now, avocado oil is a great cooking oil. It has healthy fats and it has a higher smoke point. That means when you're cooking at higher temperatures, whether it's on the stove or in the oven, avocado oil won't burn or change its flavor so that it won't impact the recipe. Now, the final one that I have is olive oil. And the reason I'm going right into that is because olive oil is another great kidney-friendly oil, but it has a lower smoke point. So use olive oils for your salad dressings or your low cooking foods. You don't want to bring it to a lot of heat because that does change the oil, the flavor, and the way that your recipe can come together. So use avocado oil for your cooking and use olive oil for your dressings and your low heat recipes. I hope this information has helped you, inspired you, and given you ideas on how you can add more plants to your diet. Again, all of these things I've covered are included in our free 7-day meal plan for kidney patients. We talk about plant proteins, all the different plants to include, and walk you through more explanations in our emails when we talk with you about our free meal plan. So I'll drop the link below for you to get that, to get into your next step in following us at Plant Powered Kidneys. And if you have any other pantry staple ideas that you would like to share with our community, drop them below so that we can connect as a community and get more ideas to share with one another. I'm so excited moving into 2024 with you all and looking forward to all of the amazing changes you're going to be experiencing.